How's it going? Welcome back. Today, more live trades. 2 live trades yesterday, today, Meta and Tesla, showing you guys why I took these trades, the break and retest strategy, my entry points, and how I scaled out of these positions. A key thing that we're going to talk about in today's video is the scaling out part, creating cash flow in your positions, getting out some contracts as the move goes in your favor, making sure that you do not go from green to red on your positions. If the market pulls back, if you're long, if the market goes higher, if you're short, if you're scaling out of your positions, there's nothing to worry about. Creating cash flow and also creating confidence and making yourself more relaxed in these positions will lead to larger profits. You may think that you have to hold your whole position to make more money. Well, I'm here to tell you that if you scale out during a trade when it moves in your favor, you're likely going to take larger percentage point gains because you are more comfortable, which in return could mean larger profits. All right, so the first trade that we're reviewing today is my Tesla trade from yesterday. This was an upside trade, a break and retest of a major level at 204. So looking at the 30-minute chart, where my analysis typically starts, 30-minute, 1-hour chart, finding those major levels of demand and supply, looking to see where these break and retests are occurring on these larger term time frames, and then spotting them on the intraday to take my intraday trades. Here it was on Tesla, 204, 30-minute chart. This was a major previous rejection point here back on Thursday of last week where we moved lower, back into the demand down around 197. We came back into that level yesterday, Monday of this week. You guys can see we broke above that 204. We retested it. We turned it into a nice demand, and we got a very strong upside. Even today, we had an aggressive sell-off, and at 204, we held it once again. Another opportunity to go long on Tesla off that 204 demand. So we had a previous rejection point that we broke, and we held, turning a previous rejection point into support. That is the break and retest, and when I see that, I'm taking my risk-reward trades. I know that if a previous rejection point turns into support, I have a key level I can play off of, I have good risk-reward, and I can take a trade using that plan. So if we zoom in here on the 2-minute chart, this is Monday, yesterday, and the 2-minute chart, and I have been using the 2-minute chart much more lately. I am enjoying it. You guys can see that early morning, we had a big push up into that 204. We started to reject near that level, so I didn't get in here yet. I wanted to see 204 turn into a solid support. I didn't want to get in early here and potentially get exposed to a fake out, a rejection of 204. So I waited for the candles to start to form above 204, looking to see if that key level could turn into a short-term support. Around this time, around 9:40, we got the candles starting to form above 204, turning that 204 into a support. As soon as I got this little push to the upside, I took calls on this 940 candle. Now, after entering here, after we got that push above 204, now I know where my stop loss is going to be. I don't want to see Tesla fall back below these wick lows. This is around 203.50, and you will hear in the live trade that this was my stop loss. So we're back above that key 204 level. We've retested it. We've held it intraday. I know from my 30-minute analysis that I know that 204 was a previous major rejection. The fact that Tesla is trying to build above it makes me believe that we could try to push to the upside off this level, and I can use this level as my stop loss, knowing that if we break back below, the trade setup is no longer valid, and I have a very easy place to stop out of this trade for just about a 50-cent risk on the underlying stock. So I got in here on this push, nice volume, nice hold above 204. It did chop on me for quite a bit. This caused me to stay very patient here as we chop sideways, but I couldn't get out of the trade. It was not right for me to exit the trade during this time. We continued to stay above that 204 level. We continued to turn it into support. We did have a little bit of slow action. We did have a lot of chop. We could have very easily seen Tesla roll over and fall back under 204, but my trade plan was stay in the trade as long as it's over the retest level. Do not micromanage this trade. If it's holding above 204, you're in a good position. You know where your stop is. You know where you're looking for Tesla to push to the upside. You know everything behind the trade. It's time to stay patient. It's time to let this trade work out. Everything is lining up, so let it work out. So you can see we did chop around for just about 20 minutes. Eventually, the market started to heat up. Tesla started to pop higher, and we started to get this push to the upside. Now, what you'll see in the live trade is how I scaled out of the position as we got this upside move. As we got this push, we have to be scaling out. We don't know if Tesla is going to roll over, have some crazy candle that rejects and moves to the downside. These are the things that we have to protect ourselves from as we're in this trade. So as we're in this trade, we are taking profits on the way higher, making sure that if Tesla rolls over, it does not affect our position. Making sure we lock in those profits on the way higher, create that cash flow so that if Tesla rolls over, so be it, right? If Tesla falls back to 204, I have, let's say now I only have 3 contracts where before I had 10. So if I've sold 7 out of the 10 contracts, if we move lower, those 3 contracts are not going to affect me and I'm not going to panic. I'm going to allow the stock to trade. I'm going to allow the stock to move. I'm not going to micromanage it. In my opinion, there is nothing more important than being comfortable in your trade. This is when you think the best. This is when your mind is clear. And for me, scaling out as I get the move keeps me comfortable. Locking in those profits as it moves higher keeps me comfortable and allows me to think very clearly. So if I zoom out here, you can see this was where we entered. This is where we got our profits. Was out of the position as I was scaling out towards these highs, but I did not take advantage of this later day move. I don't really trade this late, but I just wanted to share with you guys. You can see we came back down, held that same 204 area, and pushed higher once again late day. That level was very key. So now I want to go ahead and run that live recording. Focus on where I was exiting my positions. When I was getting big pushes in my favor, when the option contracts were increasing in premium, I was taking some off, making sure that if the market pulls back, I am not as affected as I would have been if I held my entire position. 4,000. Let's see. Okay, Tesla. Tesla's a little tricky here. Watching this 204 level. This might be a little flag into 204. All right, I'm long Tesla. Tesla 210 call. Stop under 203.50. 205's tough, so that's the only concern here. We might get faked out into the 205 rejection, but I'm going to try to take it here. Looking for that 204 to hold on. Looking for this little pullback to 4,000 to be a buying opportunity. There we go. 205 break, nice. Nice. Can we get some continuation though? Looks good. Good volume. I would only feel comfortable if we can really hold over 205 here. If we reject 205, this is still very questionable. Would really need to see it over 205 here. Still like the hold though. Still looks like it wants to maintain a little bit. 9 EMAs holding on the 1 minute. Netflix is also maintaining decently well. Really the key here is 4,000 holding on the ES on this little pullback. Very slow pullback, so I'm still thinking ES 4000 can maintain. I don't want to see this reject here. If this rejects here, no good. Not good at all. Need this to really start to move. It's actually bad if this rejects here, like worse than we were. We need to see this. I don't like that. Still staying in it though. Yeah, IV's not great, but we'll still, if we can get a nice move, we'll still profit on this. I know IV is high. ES idea is pretty much exactly what I was thinking, right? What the ES is doing is pretty much perfect. Now I need some juice on Tesla, though. It's not great. It's not great. Probably would have been better off just trading the SPY there. I mean, there's no reason to get out. There's no reason to get out. Here we go. Come on, Tesla. But I think Tesla's got room, man. That's why I've been trying to be patient here. I think Tesla has room to 210. All right, I'm going to take some off Tesla there on that push over 206. Okay, nice ES push there. Good Tesla push. All right, I'm going to sell some more there. Whole idea worked. The entire idea, from the ES to the Tesla to everything. The ES pulling back to 4,000, not shorting until 4,000 breaks, seeing if that hold at 4,000 sets up, which it did. Maintaining Tesla because there was never a reason to sell. And there we go. Not bad. Gonna take a few more off. I'm down to 3 contracts. Alright, I'm gonna take one more off on Tesla. Just do the right thing here. Start to get out. Up 15%. Alright, I'm gonna get one more off on Tesla here just because the ES is rejecting. So down to 1 contract on Tesla now. Second trade that we're going to go ahead and look at today was the META break of 174, break and retest of a major previous supply, turning it into a support, and this is where the analysis started from. So on the hourly chart this morning, I was spotting this 174 supply on META. I wanted to see META clear that 174, turn it into a support, and see if we can get that upside continuation. So here on the hourly chart, as we look at it now, we can see that this was a previous rejection point. We had 174 right here. We had 174 right here. Previous support turning into a double top rejection. So in my opinion, if META can turn this double top at 174 back into a support, I can use that level as my play. I can use that level as an upside move. I could use that level to structure a trade plan. If I see it hold above 174, I can get long. I can have my stop under 174. That's a very tight risk to reward if you enter on the break and retest. Have a very clear trade plan, have very little risk as it starts to hold that 174 level. And now let's go ahead and zoom in, and I want to show you how this set up. So to be quite honest, this META break and retest was one of the more clean break and retests I've seen in quite some time, and that really shows that how important that 174 level was. You can see early morning, we got a quick pop up to that 174 level. Anyone that chased this move before they got confirmation that 174 turned into support likely took a loss. If they were scalping, they likely took a loss after seeing that major rejection. Later in the day, we curled back up and turned 174 into support. This was the confirmation that you needed to take that entry. Rather than chasing as the stock moves into supply, why not wait for it to break and turn it into support? You can see right here, this is now the 1-minute chart where I was watching META today on the 1 minute. I did have the 2 minute on later, but as we approach this level, I wanted to see a little bit more detail here on the 1 minute chart, and that is why I switched to the 1 minute. You can see right here on this 945 candle, we found support. We wicked off that 174 level, turning this previous high of day into support, and also that previous major hourly 174 supply, turning it into support. I got a quick move in my favor, but we did pull back against my position. Now, why did I not exit my position? I did not exit my position because META never closed below that 174. Yes, we pulled back, but we never closed below that level. We never saw a clear rejection of 174, and I retained my position. This goes back to staying comfortable in your trades, making sure you trust your plan, because if you do, you would have held here at 174 on this pullback. In reality, this was probably the cleaner break and retest, the break here and the retest of 174 right here. Previous highs, turn it into support. That was extremely clean on META. Previous high a day. Also, that major hourly supply at 174. You can see it held there beautifully around this 951 candle. I actually added on this candle here, which you will see in the live trade, and then you can see the rest is history. Break, retest, 174, key previous high a day, also that major supply, break and retest, upside move, scaling out as you get your profits. Scaling out as the move goes in your favor, making sure that a pullback like we got here later day does not affect your position. With that said, let's now go ahead and run the live recording. You will see where I entered, where I got out. This was an extremely clear example of the break and retest on an intraday basis, and I hope you guys learned something from this trade. All right, I'm long META. It just held 174 on the 1 minute on a wick. I'm going to try it. This was the level I wanted to see, so I'm going to take a shot. Just did a little break and retest of the 174 early morning rejection. I'm in the 175 calls. Giving it a shot. Stop is under 173.75, 9 EMA on META. There we go. Nice push on META. I would love to see some continuation here. I really don't want to see it back under 174. All right, I'm going to try to hold this out a little bit. I think this is a beginning of a nice move on META. It's been waiting for this. I've been waiting for this. So I'm going to try to hold out a little bit. I'm going to try to be a little patient here. I like this meta, man. This is what I've been eyeing for a long time. Let's see how it reacts to 175 here. It's the 20 SMA on the daily chart. It might be a little bit of a rejection point. So if you got that quick move, don't be opposed to taking some off there. Pretty nasty 20 SMA rejection. But still holding 174. Watching how it reacts here at 174. Waiting for this candle to close. Looks like it might pull back on me. Alright, 174 still getting defended there. I still like it. Wick back above 174, still in. Wow, what a flip there on META off 174. Hell yeah, happy I held it there. Let's see if it can build off that. Alright, I'm going to take some off on that push just in case it rejects 175 again. I need to take some off on that. Wow, what a retest of 174. What a hold. Damn. Can we actually push off that? Yes, I did add it 174, Frog. I added 2 contracts. Boom. Boom. Keep going, baby. Scaled out a little bit there. Down to 6 contracts. The market's not really supporting META. So I'm doing the safe thing here. Just taking some off as we get this move. Nice big break on META. Boom. Nice move. Nice. Congrats, guys. If you caught that one. I'm holding. I'm sitting back. I'm relaxed. I'm just going to watch. I want to see it hold the 9 EMA moving forward. So guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. 2 really great examples of some live break and retest trading, showing you guys where I entered, where I got out, how I managed the positions, how I set up my stops, the analysis behind the trades. I hope you guys learned something from these live recordings, from these live trades. If you do, press the like button, subscribe to the channel. If you want to trade live with me every day, the link is down in the description, and I hope to see you in the next video. Peace.